Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, issue 6 from Dynamite. Again, this is written by Marguerite Bennett and Kristen Trujillo, art by Maria Sanpo, color by Cici De La Cruz, and letters by Tom Napolitano. Now, I of course bought the cosplay cover because yum. Alright, we start out in the Zona Prohibita in the Amazon, where Sheena is gathering fruit with her animal friends, and she sees one of Chano's drones, and the fruit is of course rotted from some sort of evil rot. Now she goes to her friend Lero, who tells her that it's some sort of supernatural stuff, and the chiefess comes back. I don't know why she's called a chieftainess, because she'd still just be considered a chieftain. But of course she has a tattoo on the side of her head, which is of course shaved, because that's how SJWs work. So we've got the stereotypical, quote, powerful woman with the shaved side of her head and a tattoo. And she blames Sheena for a lot of the problems, which Sheena, of course, blames herself for. Then there's some emotional validation from her best friend, Lyrio, sure, whatever. So Sheena has to go into the jungle to face some Huntress, who apparently is causing all these problems. And there's some more emotional validation. Then the two ladies, Lyrio and Sheena, go into the jungle to look for this person, the Huntress, and the source of the problems. Well, it's there that they run into a cartoon character from Looney Tunes. Remember that big red guy with the blinking eyes, and they shave him, and that's all he was a big thing of fur with two blinking eyes? That's what this guy looks like. Yeah, and it's a Mapinguria. The Mapinguria is like a Bigfoot creature from Brazilian and Bolivia folklore. It doesn't look like this thing, which has one giant cyclops eye and a mouth on its stomach and 4 arms. Yeah, not even close. I kind of would have liked to have seen the other type of the creature, the actual mythological one. I think is probably a little more scary than this cartoonish thing that they're fighting, but that's an artistic decision. The fight scene looks pretty cool, actually. It goes on for a couple pages, which I was fine with. There's way too much talking in this book. They really need to dial it back quite a bit, actually. They need to dial it back. Probably about half of the dialogue needs to be cut out. Comics are a visual medium, not a narration. While they're investigating what this creature is, because they had to poison it to kill it, while they're talking about it, a net drops down over them, and Sheena manages to cut free, and that's when they are attacked by the Huntress, and that's the cliffhanger ending. The Huntress lady calls Sheena Coyote, which is the outsider word, because Sheena is blonde and pale, unlike everyone else in the tribe. So obviously Sheena's a little oblivious to reality because she doesn't know that she doesn't fit in. Aside from the validation nonsense and the chieftainess, which is no tribal's gonna call that. Most tribes are patriarchal. I don't see them kowtowing to modern vernacular chieftainess. They would still call her a chieftain. Aside from that, the basic story was good. The fight scene was pretty cool with the monster. I'll give them credit for that. The emotional validation was really distracting and annoying. You don't have to emotionally validate everybody. It's lazy writing. And it's obvious they're building up some sort of relationship between Sheena and Chano, which is pathetic because that guy's worthless and stupid. Realistically, somebody from a primitive society like this would not find somebody like that attractive. They would see them as a weak hanger-on. Overall, a decent issue, not bad. It was better than the last issue for sure. The art is definitely better than last issue. I still can't tell how old anyone is. So like the elder looks like he's like, the monster looked silly. It would have been better to use like a Bigfoot type monster. But the people are drawn pretty well, especially the women are done really well. All in all, it was an okay read. Emotional validation thing really is distracting and lazy though. So they need to get away from that and cut down the talking, and it could have been a really good book. But as is, it's a recommend, but it's a mild recommendation. Not bad, not spectacular, not terrible. It didn't grab me and pull me in because of this constant need to be a little bit more politically correct, but I think there's a lot of potential for the book. It's just I think the writers have to tone it down a little, but that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.